For a show that has already taken audiences through war, time travel, heartbreak, and reunion, many fans believed they had a clear idea of what Outlander would deliver next. After years of following Jamie and Claire's journey, the emotional rhythm of the series felt familiar, intense, dramatic, but ultimately grounded in the connection that has defined the story from the very beginning. That is exactly why Sam Heughan's recent update caught so many people off guard. It didn't happen during a major press event or a dramatic reveal designed to build hype. Instead, it came during a relatively casual moment, an interview where Sam was asked, once again, about the future of the series. At first, his answer followed a pattern fans had heard before, touching on the challenges of long-term storytelling and the dedication required to keep the show fresh after so many seasons. But then, something in his tone shifted. Sam began hinting that the upcoming season would not simply continue where things left off. Instead, he suggested that viewers should be prepared for something different, something that would push the story into new emotional territory. He didn't give away specific plot details, but the way he described it was enough to make fans immediately pay closer attention. According to Sam, the new season carries a different kind of emotional weight. That phrase alone was enough to spark curiosity, but it was the way he emphasized it that made the moment stand out. He spoke about how the characters are evolving in ways that reflect everything they've been through, and how those changes will influence the direction of the story moving forward. It wasn't just about new events happening to Jamie and Claire, it was about how those events would reshape who they are. For longtime viewers, that idea felt both exciting and slightly unsettling. Because in a series like Outlander, emotional shifts often come with major consequences. The deeper the story goes, the higher the stakes become, and the more difficult the choices facing the characters can be. Sam's comments seemed to suggest that the upcoming season would lean into that intensity even more than before. He also hinted that the storytelling itself might take a slightly different approach. While he didn't explain exactly what that meant, he mentioned that the creative team had been exploring ways to keep the narrative engaging for both longtime fans and newer viewers. That could imply changes in pacing, structure, or even the way certain storylines are presented, all of which added another layer of intrigue to his announcement. What made the moment even more compelling was how carefully Sam chose his words. He didn't overpromise or exaggerate, but he also didn't downplay the significance of what was coming. Instead, he walked a fine line between revealing just enough to create excitement and holding back enough to keep the audience guessing. It was clear that whatever lies ahead in the new season is something he believes fans will feel deeply. Almost immediately, fans began trying to read between the lines. Some focused on his use of phrases like different emotional weight, interpreting them as hints of darker storylines or unexpected twists. Others pointed to the idea of character evolution, wondering whether Jamie and Claire might face challenges that test their relationship in ways the show hasn't explored before. The speculation only grew stronger when fans connected his comments to previous interviews. In the past, Sam had occasionally mentioned that the later seasons of Outlander would become more complex, both emotionally and narratively. At the time, those statements felt like general reflections on the nature of long-running series. But now, in light of this new update, they began to feel more like subtle foreshadowing. The timing of the announcement also raised questions. Why reveal this now, and in such a quiet way? Some fans wondered whether this was just the beginning of a larger promotional strategy, with more detailed information set to be released later. Others believed that Sam's approach reflected a desire to prepare the audience without spoiling the experience. Either way, one thing became clear very quickly. This was not being framed as just another season. The way Sam spoke about it suggested that something meaningful had shifted behind the scenes, something that could change how fans experience the story moving forward. Whether that change comes in the form of major plot developments, deeper emotional conflicts, or unexpected narrative choices remains unknown. But the anticipation is already building. Because when an actor who has lived inside a character for so many years starts hinting that things are about to feel different, fans know it's worth paying attention. And as more people begin to revisit his words, analyzing every detail and searching for hidden clues, one question continues to grow louder. What exactly is coming in the next chapter of Outlander, and are fans truly ready for it? As Sam Heughan's comments continued to circulate, the reaction from the Outlander fan community quickly evolved from curiosity into full-scale speculation. What initially felt like a vague tease suddenly became the center of intense discussion, with fans trying to decode every word he had said. The phrase, "different emotional weight," alone sparked dozens of theories, each one attempting to predict what kind of shift the new season might bring. For many viewers, the excitement was immediate. They saw this as a sign that the series was willing to take risks again, pushing beyond familiar storytelling patterns to deliver something fresh. After so many seasons, maintaining that level of emotional impact is no small challenge, and Sam's comments suggested that the creators were fully aware of that. For these fans, the idea of a bold new direction felt like exactly what Outlander needed to stay compelling. But not everyone felt reassured. A growing number of fans began expressing concern about what change might actually mean. In a show known for its intense emotional moments, a shift in tone could easily signal darker storylines, unexpected losses, or difficult choices for the characters. Some viewers worried that the balance between romance and hardship, which has always defined Jamie and Claire's journey, might tilt too far in one direction. That tension only fueled more discussion. Online forums quickly filled with detailed breakdowns of Sam's interview, with fans quoting specific lines and comparing them to events from the original book series. Those familiar with the source material began pointing out possible story arcs that could match the tone Sam described, while others speculated about entirely new directions the show might take. The idea that the upcoming season could represent a turning point became increasingly popular. Some fans suggested that the characters might face challenges that permanently alter their relationship or their sense of identity. Others wondered whether the show might shift its focus, giving more attention to secondary characters or exploring timelines in a different way. Even the possibility of unexpected narrative structures, flashbacks, parallel storylines, or time jumps, began to enter the conversation. What made all of this even more intriguing was the lack of concrete details. Despite the growing wave of speculation, there was still no official clarification about what Sam's comments specifically referred to. No plot summaries, no confirmed twists, and no clear direction, just a handful of carefully chosen words that had managed to ignite the entire fandom. That uncertainty became part of the experience. Because without definitive answers, every theory remained possible. Some fans found that exciting, enjoying the sense of mystery and anticipation that comes with not knowing what lies ahead. Others found it frustrating, wanting more clarity before forming expectations about the new season. But regardless of where they stood, almost everyone agreed on one thing. Something about this upcoming chapter feels different. And whether that difference leads to one of the most powerful seasons in Outlander history or takes the story in an unexpected direction, fans are already deeply invested in finding out. Because when a single comment can spark this level of reaction, it's clear that whatever comes next is going to be impossible to ignore. Some fans found that exciting, enjoying the sense of mystery and anticipation that comes with not knowing what lies ahead. Others found it frustrating, wanting more clarity before forming expectations about the new season. But regardless of where they stood, almost everyone agreed on one thing. Something about this upcoming chapter feels different. And whether that difference leads to one of the most powerful seasons in Outlander history or takes the story in an unexpected direction.